Okay, I'm back on the other thing. Yeah. Right. Good evening and welcome back to whoever came back. Is that you, Wend, or is it somebody else? I've put the hi demonic toad. The links in the room if you want to get on the camera now. Can you hear us okay or not? I don't know if you can hear us okay. It's different setup on here. Do you see the link in the room in the chat? All you have to do is click on it. Hi, Wend. I've put the link. Can you see the link, Wend? Can anyone see the link? Okay. He said, give me a sec. You don't see the link? It's there. The link is there. There's the link. It says 1:50 a.m. The link. Yeah, that's the one. So for the ones that wanted to come on, now's your chance to go on. All you have to do is click the button. That's it. Yeah, if he comes on, he hasn't clicked it so far. It's been there like 3 minutes or something. 2 minutes. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Incoming. What happened there? A second.
Hello, Gordon. How you doing, mate?
Hiya, you're on.
Champion, amazing. Yeah, I wasn't gonna take the mick or anything, mate. I appreciate you letting us on. I know we're having a bit of a joke on in the chat.
Yeah. You're in heaven somewhere. John's going up Avenue.
No, that's where I used to live. I'm in Newcastle on the other side of the river now, Heaton.
Ah. So you're in the city centre, did you say? Was that you?
That might have been someone else, I'm not sure.
All right. I've got a friend who lives in Walker, Dan.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. You know
I
Dan?
know that area somewhat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I said I'd do it, so here I am. And if anybody else is wanting to join, get them in here. But I was genuinely curious before when I was asking about like how you experienced the stuff. You know, when you were kind of describing the pain, it was really interesting because I've never kind of heard of it from somebody with that experience, rather than hearing about other people talk about people that they know, not from someone directly.
Yeah. Well, I just, like I say, I have severe pain down my back, my feet, my hands, and other places. Sometimes it's just like really like dull, aching, burning.
Mm-hmm.
And other times it's sharp, like daggers going into your legs, your arms, your neck, your eyes. It's and if I play the prayers, it starts like doing other stuff, like increasing in the different places, like hit you in your arms more, or say if it's just your back or your chest or something, it starts hitting you in your stabbing pains or aches in your arms and your leg. It moves around,
you can kind of direct it by playing the prayers, or like at least ease it, or kind of control it, or not really.
It's a little bit. I've got to keep playing them. We've got to try and keep them at bay a bit. And I use the magnesium cream a lot, but it's expensive, £10 for a little. It's like a little tub.
Yeah.
Get it from Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
So it's costing us a bomb all the stuff I have to buy to try and help, because I can't even clean the house or anything. I'm too much pain. I can't get down on the floor properly. I kind of bend and stuff properly, and all sorts of stuff. So
does that ever bother you when you're cycling and stuff like that?
Yeah. I have to keep stopping most of the time. My neck starts killing us. My back starts killing us. Sometimes my foot's killing us. My hands, you name it. It gets excruciatingly bad. Because when I did the investigation outside the Cooperage on the quayside at 3 a.m., I was in absolute mortal agony going there. So luckily how I made it, but and going back was even worse. I couldn't even move my neck. When I got back home, I was like, oh. I was like, just, like, it's just so bad. I was locked up.
Yeah.
And sometimes to do the bottom of my spine, right? Like, say I could be sitting on the bed or in a chair, and then I go to move, and it's like, oh my God, I can't move. I can't get up. I can't bend forward at all.
Yeah. So you've just found better coping methods, like, throughout the years, or have you just kind of, your tolerances went up?
I'm not sure. I just try to keep fighting them off, and it varies how bad it is. From time to time, sometimes it gets extreme, and then sometimes it's like, I don't know, when you go out, sometimes you might be a bit better, but it depends what you're doing when you're out. If I'm using the camera and that, I'm in more agony when I do the investigations.
Really? So do you think, like, when you're trying to contact them and things like that, that's triggering somewhat of a response?
Just starting to use the camera. As soon as I get especially the night vision camera, I get the night vision camera out, I'm in agony within seconds. Even if I test a new camera in the house, or I just test one of my cameras for something and turn the light out, I'm in agony within seconds. Burning, the back's on, burning pain of the back. So they don't like us using. They don't seem to like us doing that. I
like trying to kind of like have some exposure of it, and it seems to like trigger activity.
Yeah, but I used to communicate with them, the ones that's doing it. Some of them, there might be other ones joined in since then, but there were two girls. Well, they appeared to be the female voices. And I used to communicate with them in the house. And sometimes I used to speak to them when I wasn't using the camera. Like when I got up, I asked them, I hope you're all right. I said, I hope you're all right in the day and stuff and all that. But I stopped doing all that because they start giving us more pain, more sexual molestation stuff and all sorts. So I thought, well, I'm not doing that anymore. We're just getting out of hand. Yeah, like, yeah. It's just ridiculous, you know?
And is there like certain hotspots, like area-wise, location-wise, where you think it triggers it more than others? Or is it just to do with you recording and kind of capturing it that way?
It just could be anywhere, really. I mean, even when I do the cemeteries in the daylight, I'm still in pain then. It's daylight. It's not dark yet. But when it gets dark, it gets even worse, the pain.
Right.
The energy is supposed to get stronger with these things when the light fades, you know. I could go into in more depth, but because like,
well, to be honest, like it's probably good for people who don't really understand it, because I'm like a good example of that. So hearing it directly from you, it's really interesting. It's just like a little bit of an insight that we've not really had before.
All right, great, thanks. By the way, are those like studio lighting you've got behind you or something?
Yeah, they are. Yeah. I do like well spotted. I do like video production stuff, freelance, other than like a part-time job, but different bits and pieces I do. Yeah.
So what sort of video? Weddings?
I've done a couple of weddings in the past. I've done like some advertisement stuff. Sometimes I do like arena work, so I'll do like camera operating for comedians, stuff like that. Every now and then I'm trying. Oh, go on, sorry.
Up here.
It depends. I've done it in the arena in Newcastle a couple of times, but I've been to like Hull, a couple in Wales, Bournemouth, that kind of area. I'm into video production, so I'm always impressed by like lower budget kind of guerrilla video making. So when I saw it in like, you know, where I grew up in and around Hebburn and Jarrow, that kind of area, when I was watching your videos, that kind of caught my eye, and I was like, there's not many people doing videos around Hebburn and Jarrow, so that was kind of like my avenue to watching it, and I would have not normally seen this stuff, and I was like, it's just intriguing, you know, it's something that I wouldn't normally be exposed to, so you've found a little bit of an audience that way.
No, thanks for watching anyway.
No, of course, man.
I think you're right. There's not many people doing paranormal investigations in Hebburn or Jarrow. I don't think. I saw someone do Jarrow Hall, a couple of people, but I didn't see them do many other places around here. Like,
I know you did.
Like outside
you used to do a couple of videos, like late night streams with a couple other people. Was that just kind of? Did you just dip your toe and try that out, and was it not really for you?
Well, was that ages ago, recently?
Yeah, that would have been a few years ago now.
Nah, I didn't do live streaming then. I've only been able to do that recently because I reached 1,000 subscribers.
Sorry. not live streaming. It would have just been videos with like the night vision cam and stuff. It might have been around Jarrow Cemetery where there might have been a few of yous out.
Oh yeah, that was John and Anthony. But Anthony passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear.
Yeah, thanks. I still don't know what happened to him, but I don't know if it was suicide or something, accident or something that he accidentally took an overdose. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Could have been. Because I fell out with John, so I couldn't find out from him either what happened. He knew, but I didn't get to find out really.
Oh, it's a shame, man.
Yeah, I know.
But
yeah, thanks.
These things happen. Hopefully you can find some other people that are interested in the area to continue doing it.
Yeah, well, I tend to do it by myself, but I once spoke to a medium. Well, I spoke to more than once, but he says you shouldn't do this sort of thing by yourself out at night.
Right.
Not just because of living people attacking you, but the spirits latch onto you more because you're by yourself. The sea's an easy target because you're by yourself. You know what I mean?
So, like, again, just like using me as kind of like an idiot who's not very educated on any of it. Would you say that a majority of the encounters are, maybe evil's a strong word, but would you say that the negative encounters, or are there any positive encounters that you can come across?
It's hard to say. Like, there has been a few that did seem to be friendly, but they can trick you. If they're demonic, I've heard they can pretend to be whatever. They can do different voices. They can pretend to be male or female. You don't know what they are. So I don't know for sure. I mean, I'm saying they're demonic. They could be just evil spirits, but they must be powerful because of the amount of things they're doing, and everything I throw at them, they still get past it. I was watching this video of my friend Nick on the AFC. Nick, he's been on the live stream a few times on the camera.
I might have. It's ringing a bell.
Well, he sent us a video of this exorcist getting interviewed in New York, and some of the things he was saying was interesting because sometimes when they're going to do an exorcism on someone, they have to determine whether what that happened is it a mental illness thing, or is it actually, spirits or demonic entities doing it. And in a lot of cases, to find out it's both. They could have both things going on, because these things go for people who have got like depression or all that sort of things going on. They pick on them because they see them as an easy target. They're like bullies. They pick on who they think is the weakest.
So you'd probably say a majority of it is negative in that way. But then in that way, the mental conditions that you're talking about, that can also be seen like as kind of like a bridgeway. If they're not going to be bothering people who don't have that, who kind of have the more closed minds to that kind of thing. Yeah, that's right. A lot of people, like skeptics who come in here often, they don't have any of this going on because they simply don't believe it, so they probably can't get into it. They can't get, through to them, maybe. And they don't do the investigating either. They don't do the experiments. As far as I can say, most of them that say that ghosts don't exist, they just believe they don't exist. Yeah.
They don't have anything to back that up other than their belief. Yeah.
Well, I'd consider myself like a healthy skeptic. Like, I've not had any experience with it at all. I'm just kind of the only way I'm exposed to it is through things like this. So again, it's just an enlightening kind of conversation for me more than anything. So when I was asking the questions before, I wasn't like picking or like accusing you of anything. I believe that you feel what you feel. I'm just not sure. So it's like an education. Yeah, you see, I can, like with my hand here, I can close it, right? But when I'm in bed, when I wake up, I can only get these two fingers to go to here, and the rest will close, but these won't. Right.
Okay. My hands up. It's like an arthritis type thing, but it only affects you at certain times. It used to only affect us in bed, but now they're doing it throughout the day as well. And this finger usually clicks, and it kind of pushes it any further. I have to go do the jams, and this one jams, and then I wake up with both hands aching every day, like pain all over my hands.
Right.
And it happens during the day as well, but it tends to be worse in bed for the most part. But when I play different prayers and stuff, it's like if it isn't happening at that moment, it starts to happen when I sometimes plays this music like frequency, like 432 hertz or similar frequencies. It starts to do it more. But sometimes the pain might go off a bit when I'm playing some of the frequencies, but then the hand starts locking again and stuff.
It's interesting that you're talking like about specific frequencies that you use to like help out with specific situations. Do you think that like sound waves and things like that are kind of like a medium between us and them?
I don't know. I think it help. It does something to the frequency they're operating on, and it makes it harder for them to do things. But if you're using the wrong frequencies, I think it can help them.
Right. Okay.
I used to use the singing bowl recordings, and that can make the pain up your back get worse. Like sometimes it feels like it's helping, and then you go to move, it's like, oh, you can only move. It's like, oh,
yeah,
going all weird. Yeah, you have to turn it off.
So is that like specific hertz, and do you know like which specific ones to avoid?
Well, Wend in the chat, the moderator, she told me not to play the singing bowls because that's bells, and bells can give them more energy.
Interesting.
But I'd heard things other places. Some people think the singing bowls repels them. That's whereas Tibetan comes from the Tibetan monks.
Like the Tibetan singing bowls, that's supposed to. Yeah. Is that mean? Do you think that's got to do something with the paganism that the bowls have been like they've come from, or maybe like the sense that they've been made like with the intention of it being connected to spirituality?
Maybe they're made to make things worse, and they just tell you it helps. Maybe they're going to make it worse. I don't know for sure, but I was just
interesting, though, isn't it? Yeah, definitely.
But there was a woman on YouTube on a live stream, this evangelist guy who's interviewing her. She used to be on a paranormal TV show. I don't know which one it was. Nothing that famous. But she was getting the same things as me. The pain up the back, like arthritis type thing. She got diagnosed with some weird sort of arthritis. And then she got delivered from some sort of religious guy. I forget the exact title. And then it was all gone.
Really?
The hand thing and the pain. And she said all these spirits she was communicating with, she thought it was spirits, ghosts. They're all like demonic things pretending. And that's why they were giving her pain and all that. So that's probably the same as what I've got.
Have you considered anything like that?
What?
Any kind of
deliverance?
Yeah.
Well, I went to all the priests in heaven and Jarrow, and they didn't really want to know. Really? Because I've got like some sort of mental health things like depression and anxiety, and this is whenever there's any sort of things like that, they won't touch it with a barge pole. That's what he said. But the one I was hearing getting interviewed in New York, he said they still try to help people if they've got both going on.
Yeah.
So there's the priests around here are making it as an excuse. We wouldn't touch it. They wouldn't give you an exorcism if you've got any sort of mental health history with anything like that.
Yeah.
So I thought, that's great. And I'm stuck.
Well, plus, go on. Sorry.
I was just going to say exorcisms can fail. They don't always work. You know what I mean? So that's what I reckon. Some of them
is there like potential for it to make it worse, like to rile them up, kind of thing?
Yeah. Has Wen come on?
I think so.
Oh, she has. Yeah, she has. What? I thought AJ was coming on as well. Didn't you say AJ was coming on? Or someone did.
AJ sucks. AJ bottled it.
Oh.
I said I was going to ask the cutting questions. I wasn't messing around. I was interested. I wanted to know.
Yeah, I'll answer any questions. I don't lie about anything, so I don't mind answering anything really.
No, it's interesting, mate, and I appreciate you answering them like thoroughly and everything.
Yeah, it's no problem. Even though it makes it look foolish, or some people think I'm off me rocker, I don't care. I'll just tell the truth. At least I was being honest. So.
Yeah, 100%, and I wouldn't hold that against you or anything. You know, like it's you're putting yourself out there and you're sharing something that isn't it's like taboo to a lot of people. So to do that, it takes some balls, mate. Well done.
Hey, thanks. I sometimes swear at them a lot because it gets you annoyed when they're doing stuff. Like I'm in pain all night long when I'm trying to sleep, and I wake up in agony every day. All my back and my arms and my neck. If I lie on this side, I'm always in agony. Sometimes on my back, my neck's killing us, and down my arm and all sorts. So,
do you think, like, obviously you said when you're videoing and stuff like that, you feel that is kind of when the activity peaks and things like that. Do you think, like, in your own mentality, it still helps to kind of have it as such a focused topic in your life and to research as much as possible and to have the exposure, or does like, do you think it's worth it, like in the balance of things between it causing you more paying to yourself.
Well, I did quit for a long time. I don't know if you knew that, but I didn't do the paranormal things for a long while. But I still went into cemeteries and shot some videos on
No,
night
because
vision.
they want to isolate him.
Yeah, they're trying to keep us in the house. I think a bit like the government, during the COVID. I mean, I
Mhm.
just slipped out there. You know what I mean? Though they try to keep you prisoner. Like that's what they seem to be trying to do. There's often times when I go, they know I'm going out. I'm getting packed my bag up and all my backpack, put my shoes on. Then suddenly I go to walk and my right foot's killing as I'm limping around the house.
Yeah, because they're
House
trying to
and
stop you.
Yeah, and it happens when sometimes I get to the supermarket and I can't walk. I'm limping. I think it's helping a little bit putting this magnesium cream on I'm getting now sometimes, but sometimes they even get past that a bit. It's just crazy stuff.
So,
But
partially from you, do you think it's like a little bit of a middle finger to them? Like you can feel it trying to stop you going out and doing it, but you want to do it
does.
anyway.
yeah, well, I can't stay in because they do stuff to my chest as well, and if I stay in, that tends to get worse. Like even when you're sitting on the couch. Lately, when I sit on the couch, the bottom right side starts absolutely knacking us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and sometimes when I'm in the
Good, can you
bathroom
hear
as
me?
well. Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah.
can hear you.
Yeah, what were you saying? Just weird. You still there, Wind?
Oh,
Just must be having a technical issue or something.
yeah. I can't see the chat either. What's going on? So I'm going in
You
blind.
can't?
Yeah. Because
All right.
I clicked on the link, so I've opened it in Chrome, so I can just see the little web page on
All
It
right.
on
won't show me the
StreamYard.
chat. It wants me to sign
It
into
won't-
my YouTube.
All right. I wonder why that is. I don't know why that is. The pictures are tiny on my screen on this one. Like
Other,
you're like
I'm
smaller
just a
than a
little head.
postage stamp. Yeah.
I look
That's
like
the
the
thing with
queen
StreamYard.
or the king now, I suppose.
I have got two
Yeah.
phones, so I can go on to the normal chat.
All right. See the StreamYard. You got to pay for it to have extra features, but you can
Mhm.
have up to 6 guests for free.
Mhm.
But it only gives you 20 hours a month to do it. So once them
Interesting.
20 hours are up, I'll just have to go back on my
Scam
YouTube one.
artists. Scam artists,
Yeah.
that's what they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. This
So
should
it
be
could
a
just
feature
go
on
off one
YouTube
night.
anyway.
It was?
It should be a feature on YouTube anyway. I don't understand why it's not.
It does. You can have one guest, but you can't
Yeah,
put
but
the link in the room.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You have to send it outside of to someone you already know on Messenger or something. Or
Got you.
WhatsApp.
I suppose it
But
makes it
even
more
then,
secure that way.
I don't know,
in
it
the
makes it
chat.
more complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
I'm on
Yeah.
the chat.
And plus,
Yeah, I've got two
was
phones.
that wet? All
So
right,
I've gone
right.
in the chat with one. UK Scrapper's in. Gordon.
All right.
UK
can't see
Scrapper's
him.
come in.
That's Paul. I can't see him. Hello, Paul. Are you there? How can you see Paul? I can't see him. And did AJ leave? Did you, him or her?
AJ didn't come
Oh,
back.
okay. All right.
AJ ran away.
All right. All right. I don't know if it's a he or a she. There's a lot of phonies in here,
I've got no idea. I think a few of them will be local though, because they were mentioning the shipyard. I was like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, but what some of them do if they're trying to fool you is they look stuff up on Google Maps and stuff.
Got you.
And they
Got
look
you.
at the area and they look at the streets and popular places there and that.
It was one of the first times that I caught you like on stream live, and you had a guest, so I stuck around. I was quite interested.
All right, thanks. So are you
Fine.
what was that, Wind? Can you say that again? I didn't catch what you said.
Scrapper's in. Who's Scrapper?
I don't see him. Do you see him,
UK Scrapper.
No, I can only see you. What you typed last?
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
no, I've got two phones. I've got you on my one phone and I've got the chat on my other phone.
Yeah, but on the chat that I can see in here, it's just you typing stuff. That's all I can see. So if there's another technical glitch.
He's
So
not
you got a
talking,
first
though.
name?
I can't say anyone else, and it's just the three of us.
Yeah, UK
All right.
Scrapper came in, but he's not said anything. They've not said nothing.
So how do you know he came in?
It's a good question.
Because if they
Greg
come
is
in,
still in.
You can't see them until they say anything. You told us that when you said you don't know they're until the speaker type. I mean, so how do you know he came in?
I've got 2 phones. I've got right.
I know.
Gordon.
Yeah.
He put hello in. He pressed the hello button.
Ah, right. I didn't see it. That didn't come up on my screen. That's weird. Lots of technical glitches on these things.
The high
So
thing
you
with
got a
the
first
hat.
name? Huh. You got a first name, Toad?
Yeah, Ben.
Ben. Did you come in under Ben? Did you come in under Ben as well?
No.
At some point. There was another Ben. I just wonder if it's you or not.
No, that wasn't me.
So you've got no connection with the dark side, demons and.
No, it was. Do you want to know? It was actually a random generator name, and I've had it for a couple of years, and I just stuck with it.
All right.
But
right.
that might have something to say for the generators if that's what they're putting in, you know.
Yeah. So you met loads of celebrities at these shows and that.
A few comedians. Paul Smith. He's like a Liverpudlian. He's kind of like a Frankie Boyle type, where he does a lot of crowd work and he's quite brutal and stuff like that. And a few of his support acts. Not too much. I've not been doing it too long, to be fair.
Is it all comedians? Is it or singers or bands?
There's a few different things that I'm doing. So I'll do the comedians. Yeah. Sometimes we'll do like musical performance.
All right.
We're going to do a few in Milton Keynes because they've got like quite a big festival down in London. So I think we're going to be doing that one next.
All right.
There's going to be a few decent acts on there. Pendulum, other kind of stuff like that.
Pendulum. I've heard of Pendulum, but I don't know who they are. I know the name sounds familiar.
Do you know what? I said the same thing. I hadn't heard any of the music.
Are they like indie rock or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I'm on the same lines as you. I've heard of them. Like I kind of get told what jobs they are to do, and I'll do them. But it's nice to enjoy the gigs for free. The latest one that I was on was it was like a really naff tribute thing in down Hexham Way in like a little festival out in the sticks. They had like a Queen. Oasis, all of these like tribute acts.
Yeah.
Some of them were better than others.
Yeah. Wen's back on the chat.
Did
it go off, Wen? Sorry to interrupt there.
No, go on.
I just wondered if the voice went some technical problems or something. Hebburn Park.
Mm-hmm.
On the 19th of this month, Ian Van Dal's on there. You know Ian Van Dal? Trance, Castles in the Sky,
bloody hell. He'll be popular.
I bought a ticket for it. But I don't usually go to concerts these days. It's a bit nerve-wracking for me going to something like that, but
yeah,
I'll try it.
Yeah, good on you.
If you're allowed. Yeah, thanks. They didn't say if I could take my mountain bike in, because I'll go everywhere by my bike and most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But they haven't said. They won't answer.
I think you should be all right. Did they take tickets at the gate? I know there's like multiple entrances to Hebburn Park. So
yeah, they must close all the rest off and just keep one open. I should imagine one or two open or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They might need two open if there's a lot of people coming in just to make it quicker. But
you might be able to take your bike in and lock it up somewhere inside and have one of the staff make sure that. Yeah, that could be a good way to get around it.
If the one that was in with it, I won't be able to get my money back because I didn't click the box where it says if you want a refund, you click this box in advance in case you want a refund. But I didn't think I need one. But
is that the Hebburn Festival for this year then? Because
the carnival thing.
Yeah. Nice one.
Fats and Small and Oceanic on the same day. I can't remember who Oceanic are. Are they trance or chill out? I can't remember who they are.
I've got no clue. I think that might be a bit before my time.
Yeah, I think Fats and Small are the ones that sang that song. Hey, what's wrong with you? You're looking kind of something to do. I think it's them. And I
That'll
think
be
the
good.
lead singer was married to Vanessa Feltz, you know, the chat show. I mean, the daytime talk show host.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, Vanessa Feltz, she was on Big Brother and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was his wife, I think. Yeah, I remember.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
They weren't they're not really my cup of tea, but yeah, at least they're well known.
It's
But
decent names for a little place like Hebburn, though.
yeah, I'll tell you why they're charging money. This time they didn't used to charge money, it used to be free.
Actually, it's always been free
Yeah,
when I was younger. That's shocking.
yeah.
How much are they charging?
Even at £5.20, I think, or 30, something like that.
It's all right, but it's a bit steep coming up from now.
Yeah, but to see Ian Van Dal, I thought, well, I'm just up the road from my house. I thought, bloody hell, and you can see Ian Van Dal in Hebburn Park.
Yeah.
He might not be doing his proper thing with the singer, though, because I looked up an old concert from a couple of years ago in Newcastle. He was there, and they just had like female dancers, and he was doing the DJing and just playing other people's music.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be that sort of setup. It might not be their act with the singing in their songs, you know.
Mm-hmm.
For the singer, you know, because they had a female vocalist, right? They had a couple that swapped to a different one. So I asked them if she would be there. They didn't answer that question either. So.
Oh, great! They sound really good and communicative.
Yeah, I know. That's had me question about is it the real Ian Van Dal or a tribute act? I said no, it's the real one.
Mm-hmm.
So it is him. Yeah, they found that much out.
But they couldn't manage the bike question. That was too much.
No, they haven't even put me post up. That's still waiting to be put on.
Right. Interesting. Also, what is it, like a Facebook group, like an admin kind of deal?
Facebook page. Yeah.
I used to go there all the time when I was a kid. Like,
what, the carnival?
The carnival and just Hebburn Park in general. Like, I went to Hebburn Con, so I was right next to it. I really did cross country on there. It was a killer.
Oh, right. Yeah. It's just next to Hebburn Cemetery, isn't it? It's just behind it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're going to wait.
Well, that's the walk that I had to do to school was along the cemetery cut, which when you were like, 10 years old, it was fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
You'd always get like one flickering light halfway down.
Ah, right. Wen just sent us something, but I don't know what it was. Wen, I don't know what that was. I saw a bit of what you said, brother. I'm not sure what you mean. Something about YouTube or something. Yep. So you normally up late, are you?
Not usually. My work hours vary quite a lot, so my time slips all over the place.
All right.
This is just kind of like a one-off, but I thought I wouldn't go against my word. I'd pop on and I'd have a chat with you and stuff like that.
All right.
And I didn't want to take the piss either. But definitely look forward to you continuing to do your work, man.
Well, I've shot a load of videos. I just haven't put them together yet.
It's a killer, and the edit. It's like it can get to be a slog sometimes.
Yeah, especially when you're having to highlight all these voices and loop them over and listen carefully and off the spirit box and stuff.
I
must admit, the last two I did in daylight in the evening in Jarrow Cemetery, I didn't really hear too much coming through of any importance. But I might have missed some. I haven't listened to it all yet, but not as much as usual. So I don't know what was going on there. Maybe I'm playing too many prayers or something. I don't know. It's weird.
That might be a good thing, Like that it's a little bit annoying. You might have a little bit less content for the videos that you want to do, but at least you're not getting as much interference.
Yeah, that's it. Because that app that I use, the Spirit Box app, it's Spanish, and it only scans through Spanish radio stations backwards, so all the words are backwards. But I keep getting like Geordie accents coming through. So where would they be coming from? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, like someone said 3 lasses in this place where I am now over the other stands over there one night. And there's been loads of things, like when I was outside of Hebburn Cemetery, just at the bus stop one night. I says, "Are you from Hebburn? Is anyone buried in Hebburn Cemetery?" Someone shouts, "Jara!" Like Jara through the spirit box, a woman. Yeah.
Like pretty distinct as well.
Yeah, you've not seen that one where I start off at the did I start off at the bus stop? I forget now.
Was this the latest one that you uploaded?
No, it's a few months ago. was on a night time. I was outside the front of Heaven Cemetery and down the side next to the Rose Lodge Hospital. I did a few there, but one of them I got some full names outside the cemetery. To get the names offhand, but it's quite. You don't always get full names. Some days I don't get any names. I don't have full names, like first and second names.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there were people that were buried in the cemetery or just people around floating about. But
might be people from the hospital itself.
Possibly. Could be anywhere, really. It could be in the cemetery. When I was at the cemetery in the daylight on the evening, I did every grave near the front fence to see if I could find any names that match where I got. And when I got the one, someone was called Eddie something. There was an EVP. It's not very loud. Just an EVP, not through a spirit box. I didn't use it on that one. And he says, I says Eddie, and he goes, that's me. Because I have been getting someone called Eddie coming through. And he also said he's with us all the time, like in my house. But I don't know if he's one of the bad ones or the good ones. Because there could be good ones with the bad ones.
Yeah, it could be a good one posing as a good one, but he's actually
possibly, or he might be a good one. We just don't know. But if he is a good one, why is he doing anything to stop the bad ones or try and stop them? I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't find out. You know.
It's interesting.
Did you see the Heaven Metro Station one? I did a couple.
Yeah. I've seen one of them at least.
The one where I was in the slope and tunnel bit.
Yeah.
And I figured out that the lights go off in the tunnel after a certain time at night, after 3:40 or something like that. They went off, and then I went in the tunnel to put the night vision on because I went in the dark. And I went all the way up to the top, and somebody said through the spirit box very clearly, "You faggoty fuckers." Right now, that is the exact line that I called these things in the house a few times. So that might have been one of the ones I was calling the faggoty fuckers. Because I don't know if they're homosexuals or straight, or they seem to do things to you as if they could be like not straight. You know what I mean? I don't know for sure, but
what do you mean specifically? Is it like flirtatious, or is it like actual physical like sensations that they're giving to you?
They do like molestation type stuff, similar in the film The Entity, where she said she was getting raped. I'm not allowed to mention that, but you can't mention all the only words on here. It's like, so if it's blokes doing it, that's not good. It's not good that any of them are doing it, but if it's blokes, it's even worse than the women. You know what I mean? Because I'm picking up blokes' voice as being hostile, and women. So which is it? Are they all doing it? Like you know what I mean?
Have you had experience from both? Like the men and the women doing that sort of thing, as well as just like the pain sensations, like you say, the molestation side of it.
Well, that's what I don't know. Is it who's doing that? Is it the male ones, the female ones, or is it both? Or are the, I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know for sure. But that's why I sometimes say them things like, because I'll tell you something, right? It used to be, when I used to live in Jarrow, there was a guy living next door. He was a homosexual, right? And he used to do all sorts of things he shouldn't do with kids. And he tried to do it to me once because he used to trick people into his house to get that trust, kids and that. And later on, like years later, I investigated in the garden, my garden, and he had passed away. He was found dead in his armchair, right? In the house with the TV still switched on. People were wondering where he'd gone. Someone was ringing on the door, no answer. The police broke the door down, found him dead in the armchair watching the TV. So I tried to communicate with him, and all I got was like a few like deep groaning, grunty sounds. But I was playing with the cat once with a laser pen thing. And the cat was going nuts chasing the laser, and I was shooting a night vision. And you heard someone laughing at the cat playing with the laser around the side of the house. This was about like 1, 2 a.m. Just was dead quiet. And I played it back, and there's someone laughing like. Like it was like someone like smokes heavily, like a gravelly sounding laugh. Laugh. And I often wonder, was that him, or could it have been the woman? I couldn't tell it was a man or a woman. It was like a deepish voice, but if you've got a croaky voice for smoking a lot or something, who knows? But they were definitely laughing at the cat playing with the laser, you know. And also round that side of the house once, I used to do a lot of investigations in the garden at night. And I was coming up round the corner next to the steps into the front garden, and I heard a woman's voice, a girl behind us, say my name out loud. I heard them. I turned around, there's nobody there. And I recorded it as well. That was ages ago. And I often wonder, is that one of the ones that's with us? I don't know, attached.
Yeah, yeah.
She sounded friendly though. That's the thing. Because I was trying to get in touch with the neighbours who passed away on both sides of the house. He was
Okay.
on next door, and the guy who was a bit, I don't know why I would do that. It's just an interest with the paranormal stuff. But like in hindsight, I wonder if he's one of the ones that's doing stuff to us or doing bad
So
things to us. 'cause
did
he
you
was
have any
bad.
relation? Did you like know them and speak with them when they were alive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I say, the guy next door lured me into his house when I was a kid,
Mhm.
and he tried to do stuff to me. He
Right.
used to say, you know, I was interested in snooker at the time and the Rubik's Cube. And he got a Rubik's Cube book and he showed us that. He was on his bar race. And then he tried to get us to come in the house. He's like, got an Eddie Charlton snooker book. You can come and have a look at it. I says, all right then. Goes in the house. I says, where is it? He goes, oh, it's upstairs. I goes, upstairs? He goes, come on up, I'll show you. I goes, can you not bring it down like? So no, it's best upstairs, not straight upstairs. So I went upstairs and then he tried to force us into the blue bathroom. But I managed to get away before he did anything really bad.
Yeah.
But I told my parents and they went off it. And then the woman down the street found out and she was going to ape shit.
Yeah.
So he was a bad character, you know? So, yeah, he had a reputation. But nobody ever did anything about what he was doing. They just knew about it. But no, I don't think anyone got the police on him,
No.
unfortunately.
Oh, it's shocking.
But I just wonder.
But then it does make you think if that's like what you're experiencing from him in the afterlife, it coincides with what he was up to while he was alive.
Yeah, he used to hide in his bathroom when I was in the garden, and there used to be a gap in the top of the window in the bathroom. He used to spy on you through the window, and sometimes when he was in the kitchen, he used to like shout abuse at you, like from in the kitchen. You could hear him shouting stupid, calling your names and stuff when he passed down inside the house. He was horrendous, man.
Sounds weird.
Yeah, he was. But when he used to talk like my parents in the garden, he was perfectly polite with them. Like it's just normal. But when I was out there, different story, just me. You know, like hiding people out windows and stuff, watching us and all that. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah. Really sinister.
Yep. But I just wondered if he could be one of these evil spirits with these lot. I don't know. Because I didn't really hear any voices that sounded like him, to be honest. But it could have been the odd one. It might be. They might sound different once they come through a spirit box or EVP.
Yeah.
You never know. You know what I mean? So are you a skeptic or a believer or what?
I think I'm a healthy skeptic, just in the way that I'm open to what, like, I'm not going to outright deny anything that you've said. I'm taking it all in, and I believe what you've experienced is what you've experienced, and I've just not had any of that as of yet.
Right. Did you ever see the one I did out, like, I would say, the Crown and Anchor late at night pub in Jarrow?
I believe so. Yeah. When was that?
Several months ago. It was still like winter. I think. I was around the back of it, in the alley. I did this funeral place on the same video. The funeral place next to there.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I was just going to end the video, just before that point, I said something about there's a square hole in the back of the wall in the pub. It looks like a hatch or something. I said it looks like a coal hatch or something. And someone goes, "Where?" Or something like that. They shouted out loud.
Really distinctive. I think I remember that getting replayed. Just that little snippet of the voice.
That was just an EVP. I wasn't using the spirit box then.
Yeah.
But that one came through quite loud. Now I don't know if that's one of the ones with us or it's just someone in that alley somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I believe there's definitely, I think there's not nothing, and I just don't. I think whatever my interpretation of it, or like, it might be subjective in the way that it gets shown and presented to each person.
Yeah.
Obviously, like you say about people with mental issues, and it kind of makes them either more of a target, but in that way more susceptible to be able to engage with it properly. Also, if you're on your own a lot, you're seen as an easy target by some of these evil
things,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
because they think you're easy pickings because you got no one with you. Bullies always target someone who's on their own,
Mhm.
and there's always more of them than one of you.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they always feel more comfortable and confident in a group, so they always pick on. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You've probably seen it yourself if you've had friends, and they're like that. They're fine on their own, but when they get with some other people in the wrong crowd, and they start
Mhm.
all acting
Yeah.
different,
Yeah. Of course. But I think
and they get more.
it's weird because obviously, like when you talk about the spirits doing this kind of thing, it
Yeah,
just has like a lot more of a sinister edge to it because it's it's not something that you
yeah,
can specifically direct your anger at, and they're kind of elusive in that way. I sort of
yeah,
feel like that
no,
would boil into more of a frustration for you
yeah,
when you
yeah,
can't direct that.
yeah. I mean, the two that I think are the main offenders, they did give us their first names. I never got the second names though.
Hmm.
I don't know why. I could never make out the second names. Because sometimes when you get EVPs and that, you hear part of it and then not the next. It fizzles out sometimes.
Hmm.
Same on the Spirit Box sometimes. But you pick up like residual stuff as well, you know, like voices from the past. Like
Yeah.
when I was outside of Hebben Buffs, there was two people like talking to each other, like full sentences.
Hmm.
And it
Hmm.
sounded like didn't sound like they were there then, like spirits. It sounded like from the past they were waiting to go inside the club, you know, outside in the queue or something. It sounded like they were having a chat,
What
you know,
made you
things
think it
like
was
that.
from the past?
Just things they were saying. It didn't sound like they were aware of that I was even there. They're talking about things going on in the place and stuff, you
Even
know.
though it was like shut and everything, but it
Yeah.
sounded like
But
active. Got you.
on that same video, somebody said something about COVID, which must have been a recent, that must have been a spirit, that must have been the one you could interact with.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
someone says someone's cat's gone missing. But the thing was, I'd been looking on Facebook, and I'm in this group. It's like a chat group for missing cats in
Hmm.
Bolden.
Hmm.
And I'm just wondering, because I know they read me phone, because one of them said in Jarrow Cemetery, we know you've got Facebook. You know what I mean? So, and somewhere else where I stayed, they were reading stuff off the screen and stuff, like my name.
That's
I
another
used to call them,
interesting thought. Like, do you
yeah.
think that they've got the ability to learn and progress if they're like trapped in between those sides? Do you think that they're like,
Yeah,
or do you think that they've passed when all of this technology's already been around?
could be either. I mean, some of them might know the technology. They might have been alive when some of it was around, the phones and
Hmm.
that to some extent. But they can see and read things, you know, so they can read things off the screen and see what
Like
the
what's right
site's
in front of
called.
you?
And
Hmm.
yeah, because I used to call myself Mr. Gordon Bear. I think it was on eBay or something.
Uh-huh.
And I was in this place in Headworth doing an investigation in the building, and I heard them say Mr. Gordon Bear on the EVP, and
Yeah.
also somebody called Mr. Gordon around Heaven here on the night time when it was dead windy, and it was quite clear. Even though it was windy, I could still hear him say it.
Hang
So
on.
I
I've
picked
just got
things
the
up.
chat on here and I can see when talking away. I don't think we've been paying attention. What are they saying?
Yeah.
They will latch onto you if they know you can hear, feel, or speak to them. Spirits can read
Ah,
chats. Wait,
yeah, yeah.
stop.
I know they
What they
can
can.
because I once had to stay in this place in Headworth, and I used to go walking around the garden at night and doing investigating and stuff. And after a while, I stopped doing it for a while. The investigations of the garden. I thought I'd stay and watch the TV for a bit. And I says, I typed on my screen on an email just so they could read it. I says,
Mhm.
if you ever want us to communicate with you again on the camera and record you and all that stuff, all you have to do is switch me kettle on, flick the switch on the bench over there, and let us
Right.
know as a yes. And then a couple of days later, I'm sitting watching the TV, right? And the switch, I heard a noise coming from the bench. The kitchen was in the sitting room, and the switch went down. Click, I went over. The switch was down, and the reason I chose the kettle was because I was making some salad sandwiches one day, and
Mhm.
the kettle was switched on at the wall, but the switch wasn't on because the
Mhm.
kettle was empty. It could have burned it, could have overheated.
Yeah.
And I was making the sandwich, and I saw the switch go down, and the light come on when I was making the sandwiches. So I knew they could mess with the kettle. So I
Mhm.
thought I'll ask them to do it again, but this time the kettle was switched off the wall or
Mhm.
unplugged. So, but I had the switch come on. So I took that as a signal that read me email, maybe. So that's what I told them to do, put the switch on. As a yes, if you want us to.
So something dead specific, and that was exactly what happened.
Yeah. Didn't get that on camera, but I definitely heard it. I was watching TV. I went over to have a look, and the switch was down. So there you
go. Here we go. Wend has said, my son is an empath and a medium and a clairvoyant. He talks to spirits all day and all night.
Yeah.
So if you know Wend personally, do you not think that you could have her son maybe communicate some of what's happening around you? Or like, have you tried any clairvoyancy where they seem to have a more direct line so that you can have a backwards and forwards with them?
Well, Wend doesn't live next to me. She lives far away.
Mm-hmm.
So I only talk to her on the phone and that.
Oh, got you.
And on here. Yeah, so I don't know if they can do it from a distance type of thing.
Ah, I see. I get you. They are not stupid. They won't show themselves.
Yeah. I did see something only once in front of us when I just woke up, but I wasn't fully awake. I was rubbing my eyes, and I saw something in front of us by the side of the bed. It looked like brown coloured.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it was. That's the only time I saw something like right in front of us. I keep forgetting about that incident. But it seemed to disappear. I don't know what it was. So I was often wondering, what the hell was that?
Was that maybe like the first time you had prominently seen something directly in front of you?
Yeah, the other times I've just seen stuff at the corner of my eye when I was at like Edlingham Castle about 5 a.m. when it's just starting to get light. It's still darkish, but the light was coming up. The sun was coming up a bit. And I saw something at the corner of my eye there. There's supposed to be witches used to be there and stuff, and you could hear them sometimes speaking and stuff. I did hear some weird things when I was doing recordings there. Like,
what time would have that been, do you think? Like, what time it would? At the time when you had seen it?
5 or 6 a.m.
When's the witching hour? Because that might have something to do with it.
Isn't that supposed to be 12 o'clock or something?
Oh, is it? I've got no idea. I was just thinking
so.
there.
Yeah.
Well, I've just seen something be written there. When it says, I do have someone, I have a professional medium and dermatologist. Oh, demonologist, sorry, not dermatologist. That would be a bad one to get mixed up, wouldn't it? That's going to help Gordon. Yeah. That's not true. Apparently the witching hour is 4 a.m. or 3 a.m.
All right.
Just when you mentioned the sun coming up.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, it was early in the morning. Like, we've been there all night. Because I used to go on investigations with a medium from Jarrow Spiritualist Church. I don't see him these days. He was called Graham Hunter. And we used to go in his car places around the UK. This is ages ago. Like, I went to Edlingham Castle a few times, Easby Abbey down in Yorkshire, North Yorkshire somewhere.
Yeah,
massive Abbey place. You've been there,
yeah? To the Abbey, yeah.
Yeah, massive.
I visited like a few times when I was younger. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it was good there. And that place we went in Cherry Knowles, the mental asylum.
I heard of it. I'm not quite sure where it is.
It's demolished now.
Right.
But we snuck in, and we didn't know that security used to patrol the place every hour or something. We heard them outside going, "We know you're in there. Come on out. Come on now." We didn't come out though. So we went back another night. We went back another night, and we bumped into the security guards. I think we intended to bump into them this time because we wanted to get into the other building, which was a morgue in there, and took her back to the headquarters and gave her a cup of tea and some biscuits, and we're chatting to them, and they let we go in. They arranged to let we go in the morgue bit another night. And they let we in. So we went in there, shot the video. But then the next night, or a few nights later, we noticed on the Sunderland Echo, the front page, ghost hunters risking their lives in Cherry Knowles. I could have only been about us, because they knew we were in there. So
that's a good way to do it, though, just to get on good terms with like the night guards and stuff like that, as opposed to like needing to like try and avoid them and stuff. Because if you get on good terms with them, I'm sure more than a few of them would let you just go in the night time.
Yeah, but then they must have stabbed her in the back as they give the story on the newspapers and tweeted on the news to the newspapers about one.
For what? Like a few minutes of like fame, knowing that the story that they ratted on you with got in the paper.
Yeah, I think so. Because there was asbestos in there, you see.
Right.
So I was risking my necks. That's what they meant. Plus, it was dangerous because some of the floors that fell through, the upper floors and that, there's doors like hanging in midair with no floor underneath and stuff.
By them passing that on, surely they would have got it in the neck for like publicising the fact that they let you in there. That's not very good thinking on their part.
I know. I don't think it said on the story who gave them the story. It just said there was people in there and stuff. But
right.
There was a church thing in there, it was like a theatre, but it was also a church, like a theatre room with a stage.
Yeah,
It had church windows and everything. And we went in there in pitch black. There's a few of her. And all of a sudden there was this almighty crash right next to her. And we're all thinking, what the hell was that? Did something fall? We didn't see anything. We heard a massive crash right next to it. It's weird. But I think I recorded that. I've still got the old recordings. I put them on DVDs, I think, from camcorder tapes, like high 8 tapes,
Wow. So, if there was any way for you to get that digitized, that would be fantastic to upload.
I probably could, I think you have to do it through the laptop, though.
It would be a bit of a pain in the arse, but it would be cracking video of that.
It's not it was just unedited footage. We just continuously recorded, like walking around for ages,
Yeah.
So I'd probably have to cut it right down, to make it smaller size, running time. So everyone would be a bit bored watching it for 3 hours or something.
Have to do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. That's it.
Did you say that you had to get away at some point to get some scran for yourself?
Yeah, I've been here ages.
Is it Railroads that you're at now? Yeah,
it's the Heaven Sports Ground. Apparently, Nick says it's called the Sportsy.
All right.
Yeah,
it must have changed since I was around there. But when I was saying Johnston Avenue and Burnshead Road before, it's literally just adjacent to that. So the road that leads from Heaven Park through the cemetery cut, that spits out onto Johnston Avenue. That's where I used to live when I was like a kid around Heaven.
All right. If that's Victoria Road East or West, I always get mixed up. It's one of the two.
It'll be west.
The cemetery?
It'll be west.
Yeah. It says on the bus stop. I always forget where it says though.
Yeah.
Or head like it said. Yeah.
I'm well familiar with all the areas that you cover and stuff, so it's always cool seeing them get a little bit of exposure, especially with like a specific topic and like someone who's interested in the area. So
thanks.
I'll probably leave it there, mate. But it was really good talking to you, and if I hit you up on a stream, I'll let you know I'm there.
All right, thanks very much, and thanks for chatting. And
absolutely, keep it up, man.
Right, thanks very much. Yeah,
see you later.
I do. Thanks. Right, see you there. Have a good night. Sleep well.
You too, mate. Bye.
Bye. Right. Is anyone still here? Or I'll have to go in a minute because I'm need to get the toilet somewhere. Venice. What do you mean, Venice? Is that where you're going on your holidays? What do you mean by Venice? Oh, yeah. That's nearly 3 a.m., isn't it? 10 to 3 or something. Yeah. Right. I have to get the toilet first, so I'll have to phone 911. Well, at least I went a bit longer than I thought I would. 59 minutes. I can't see anyone typing, but you went. I think it's. Oh, I can see Benji. Yeah. See Benji and you, and that's it. Give you right. Anyway, well, I guess I better end this stream, and just like to say thanks for everyone for coming in. But most of them have gone from the other stream. But so yeah. So thanks very much, Wen, for doing the moderation once again, and keeping things in check. Right, I'm going to head off now because I really must find somewhere to go to the toilet. I don't know where I'm going to go. Brigade. Fire brigade. All right, I'll let you know when I get back then. But I'm going to shut it off now, right? We don't really get going. I've only got 6% left on the light. Look at that. The light's going to go off. Wow, I'm surprised it landed. Lasted out. I'll check them messages as well when I get around to it. What you sent us as well. So, because I don't know what you meant about the YouTube thing. But right. So I'll say bye for now and good night, everyone. And thanks very much for coming in once again. So try for now, Wend, and everybody else. Have a good night and sleep well. Right, bye for now. You as well. Right, I'm gonna switch off. Right. Right, see you later.